Today, we dive into some fascinating aspects of life you probably did not know. So, fasten your seatbelts and get ready for an enlightening journey. Ever wondered why your stomach doesn't digest itself? Well, here's a fun fact. The human body is a marvel of biological engineering, and one of its most fascinating features is our stomach lining. This protective layer has an impressive and rather important job to stop the stomach from digesting itself. Now, let's dive into the science behind it. Our stomachs produce gastric acid, a potent mixture that helps break down the food we eat. This acid is so strong that it can dissolve metal. Yes, you heard that right, metal. So one might wonder, how does our stomach survive this corrosive onslaught? Here's where our stomach lining comes into play. This lining is made up of millions of cells, which secrete a protective layer of mucus. This mucus acts as a barrier, protecting the stomach tissue from the harsh acid. But of course, this mucus layer isn't invincible. The acid does manage to break it down over time. But worry not, Mother Nature has a plan. Our stomach lining renews itself every 3 to 4 days. That's faster than your favorite superhero can regenerate. This continual renewal process ensures that the lining is always fresh and ready to combat the acid. This rapid turnover is made possible by the stomach cell's stellar work ethic. They are constantly dividing and regenerating like a never-ending cycle of life. These diligent cells are the unsung heroes of our digestive system, working tirelessly to keep our stomach safe and healthy. But of course, this process isn't perfect. Sometimes the lining can't regenerate fast enough, leading to ulcers and other stomach issues. That's why it's so important to take care of our stomachs by eating a balanced diet and avoiding stress. So, next time you have a stomachache, remember, your body is hard at work renewing itself. While you're curled up on the couch, your stomach cells are busy fighting a heroic battle, ensuring that your stomach doesn't end up digesting itself. Now that's a fun fact to ruminate on while you're munching on your next meal. Who needs a nightlight when you have your body? Yes, you heard that right. Now, you might be thinking, wait, I don't remember glowing in the dark last night. And you're absolutely correct. You see, every living creature emits a small amount of light, a phenomenon known as bioluminescence. However, before you start imagining yourself as a human flashlight, it's important to note that this light is too faint for our eyes to see. Bioluminescence, in the simplest terms, is a chemical reaction within an organism that results in the emission of light. It's what makes fireflies twinkle in the night and deep-sea creatures illuminate the ocean's abyss. But how does it apply to us, you might wonder? Well, our bodies too are living organisms constantly undergoing numerous chemical reactions. These reactions, particularly the metabolic ones, cause our bodies to emit tiny amounts of light. This human bioluminescence, or body glow, is approximately 1,000 times weaker than our eyes' sensitivity. Hence, even in the darkest room, you won't see yourself glow. Research conducted in Japan used highly sensitive cameras to capture this elusive glow. The study found that our faces emit more light compared to the rest of our bodies. The intensity of this light also changes throughout the day, peaking in the late afternoon and hitting a low in the early morning. So, while we might not be able to use our glow for reading a book in the dark, it's still a fascinating insight into the hidden wonders of the human body. It's a testament to the extraordinary and often overlooked capabilities we possess. In essence, we all carry a bit of the universe's magic within us. We're not just beings of flesh and bone, but also of light, even if it's faint and invisible. It's one of those beautiful, whimsical truths that remind us of how incredible life and our bodies truly are. So technically, we all have a bit of glow-in-the-dark magic in us. Have you ever worried about your brain running out of memory? Well, you can put those fears to rest. It's a common misconception that our brains have a storage limit, like the hard drive on your computer. But here's a fun fact for you. Our brain storage capacity is almost infinite. Now I know what you're thinking. Almost infinite? That's a bold claim. But bear with me. Let's start by comparing our brains to a supercomputer. The most powerful supercomputers in the world can perform quadrillions of calculations per second. That's a lot, right? But the human brain, that marvelous 3-pound organ nestled in your skull, can handle even more. The brain is made up of about 100 billion neurons. Each neuron forms about 1,000 connections to other neurons, amounting to more than 1 trillion connections. If each neuron could only help store a single memory, running out of space would be a problem. You might have only a few gigabytes of storage space at best, but here's where it gets interesting. Each neuron can hold many different memories at different times, making the brain's storage capacity, in some ways, almost infinite. Research suggests that the human brain is capable of storing approximately 2.5 petabytes of information. That's the equivalent of recording a TV channel continuously for 300 years. Or if you prefer, it's about the same as 1 million gigabytes. Yes, you heard that right, 1 million gigabytes. This doesn't mean you should try to cram your brain with as much information as possible. After all, it's not just about storage, it's also about retrieving that information when you need it. The brain is a complex machine, and it's not just about quantity, but also about quality. So don't worry about overloading your brain. There's plenty of room up there. And remember, it's not the size that counts, it's how you use it. So keep learning, keep exploring, and keep making the most of that amazing brain of yours. Here's a fact to go bananas over. Did you know that we share a significant amount of genetic material with bananas? Yes, you heard it right. It might seem far-fetched, but it's true. Despite our vast differences in appearance and function, humans and bananas share about 50% of their DNA. Now, before you start imagining half-human, half-banana hybrids running around, let's delve a bit deeper into what this actually means. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is the blueprint of all living things. It's the genetic code that determines every aspect of our biological makeup. And while humans and bananas might look nothing alike on the surface, we're surprisingly similar on a genetic level. You see, all life on Earth shares a common ancestor. So, at the most basic level, our genetic building blocks are pretty similar. These shared genes are responsible for basic cellular functions like cell division and energy production, which are crucial for all living organisms. However, it's how these genes are arranged and expressed that creates the vast diversity of life we see today. Just like how a few basic musical notes can create an infinite number of songs, the same genetic notes can compose the symphony of life, from humans to bananas and everything in between. So, while it's true that we share 50% of our DNA with bananas, it's not about being half banana, but rather about sharing a common genetic heritage with all life on Earth. Next time you peel a banana, remember, it's half your cousin. Ever thought about what your body fat could be used for? Here's an unexpected answer. Now, we all know that fat has a bad reputation. It's often seen as something to be avoided or even feared. But did you know that fat is actually a pretty amazing substance? It's incredibly versatile and can be used for a whole host of different things. And one of those things is soap. That's right, your body fat could theoretically be used to make soap. It sounds a bit crazy, doesn't it? But it's true. This is because the fats in our bodies are similar in composition to the fats used in soap production. So how does this work? Well, soap is made by combining fats or oils with an alkali such as lye. The fats and alkali react to form soap and glycerol in a process called saponification. And it just so happens that our bodies contain the perfect kind of fat for this process. But how much soap could your body fat actually make? Well, it's estimated that the average human body contains enough fat to make about 7 bars of soap. That's right, 7 bars. So the next time you're feeling a bit down about those extra pounds, just remember, you're not overweight, you're just soap rich. And who knows, in a post-apocalyptic scenario, you might just be the cleanest person around. So if you ever find yourself in a post-apocalyptic scenario, remember, you're carrying around your own personal hygiene kit. Well, there you have it, folks. 5 fantastic facts about life. We've journeyed through the incredible inner workings of our bodies, starting with our stomach lining that pulls off a magical disappearing act every few days. We then took a detour into the realm of the barely visible, learning that we humans indeed glow in the dark. From there, we delved into the depths of our minds, marveling at the near infinite storage capacity of our brains. We took a whimsical detour to consider our surprising kinship with bananas, sharing a staggering 50% of our DNA. Finally, we ended on a soapy note, discovering that our bodies harbor enough fat to produce 7 bars of soap. These fun facts serve as a reminder of the wonder that is life, the complexity of our bodies, and the surprises that science holds. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. Stay curious, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next Unmatched Betrayal video.